What happens when unstoppable rage meets divine judgment? Witness the ultimate clash of cosmic power in a battle that will redefine myth itself. Welcome to Myths and Mythologies, the realm where legends are reborn and epic tales come to life. Join us as we dive into the most awe-inspiring battles, unravel ancient stories, and explore the timeless myths that have shaped history and imagination. Get ready to experience the ultimate showdown of gods, monsters, and heroes like never before.
Are you just watching?
Subscribe, please.
The multiverse was trembling, an unprecedented event shaking the very fabric of reality. It all began with a cosmic imbalance so severe that it forced divine entities to intervene. At the heart of the disturbance was Doomsday, the monstrous creation, born of relentless genetic engineering and unyielding death cycles. On a forgotten and devastated planet, his rage was unleashed, annihilating everything in his path. Each step he took scorched the ground, his roars echoing across the void. Entire star systems trembled at the mere mention of his name, for he was the ultimate being of destruction, an unstoppable force of evolution that could not die in the same way twice. But this time, his rampage had consequences beyond mortal comprehension. Doomsday's chaotic energy had begun to unravel the dimensional barriers, threatening the balance between the mortal and divine realms. The living embodiment of divine judgment, the Spectre, could no longer stand idle. The Spectre, an agent of the presence itself, was an ethereal being of unimaginable power. He was the hand of vengeance, the arbiter of divine wrath. Cloaked in an aura of omnipotence, he existed as a bridge between mortal sin and divine punishment. But this was no ordinary mission of judgment. This was a battle against a force that defied both death and divine order, a creature that embodied raw chaos, untamed by morality or higher purpose. The Divine Council convened. Archangels, cosmic beings, and celestial guardians debated whether Doomsday could even be stopped. "He is a perversion of life itself," declared Michael, the warrior of heaven, "but his existence is beyond mortal sin. This task belongs to the Spectre alone." The Spectre stood silently, his emerald gaze fixed on the council. He knew what this entailed. Facing Doomsday was not a matter of justice. It was a battle of existence against annihilation. The Presence's voice resonated within him. "You are my wrath incarnate, but even wrath must be tested. Go now, Spectre, confront the force that even the cosmos fears." And so, the Spectre descended to the mortal plane, his presence heralded by storms that raged across the heavens and shattered mountains. He found Doomsday on a desolate planet, one that had once been vibrant with life, but was now reduced to a smoldering wasteland. The monstrous creature stood amidst the ashes, his blood-red eyes glowing with hatred, his spiked body radiating an aura of death. "You dare tread where no mortal or god has tread before." The Spectre's voice echoed like thunder, reverberating through the atmosphere. "Your existence defiles the balance of creation. I am the divine wrath sent to end your chaos." Doomsday responded not with words, but with a guttural roar that shook the heavens. His massive fist slammed into the ground, sending shockwaves that fractured the planet's crust. The beast cared nothing for divine proclamations or warnings. He was destruction incarnate, and no cosmic force had ever truly stopped him. But the Spectre was no ordinary foe. His incorporeal form flickered like a flame, impervious to mortal strikes. He raised his hand, summoning the energies of divine judgment. "You are beyond redemption, creature. You shall face not death, but obliteration." A massive spectral chain materialized in his hand, glowing with the energy of divine fury. Doomsday charged, his hulking frame a blur of speed and power. The battle was inevitable. a clash of divine purpose and primal destruction. As they faced each other, the universe seemed to hold its breath. This was more than a confrontation. This was a reckoning, the kind that would echo across all of existence. Spectre, the embodiment of judgment, versus Doomsday, the unrelenting force of annihilation. And as the first blow was struck, the cosmos itself shuddered in anticipation of what was to come.
Are you just watching?
Subscribe, please.
The desolate planet shuddered as the battle began, a clash of forces so immense that it reverberated through the very fabric of the multiverse. Doomsday's charge was like a freight train, unstoppable and unyielding, his spiked fists aimed to destroy. The Spectre stood unmoved, his emerald glow intensifying as the monstrous creature approached. With a gesture as swift as it was effortless, the Spectre summoned a wall of divine energy. Doomsday collided with it, the impact sending shockwaves across the planet's surface. For a moment, it seemed like the unstoppable force would break through, but then the wall shifted, morphing into spectral chains that wrapped around Doomsday's limbs. "You cannot defy the will of the presence," the Spectre declared, his voice echoing like thunder. The chains glowed brighter, their energy burning into Doomsday's indestructible flesh. But Doomsday, ever defiant, roared in rage, his strength growing with each passing moment. The chains strained as he pulled against them, his sheer power threatening to shatter them. The Spectre, however, was not merely a combatant. He was the embodiment of divine wrath. With a flick of his wrist, the chains tightened, forcing Doomsday to his knees. "You are a creature of chaos, an abomination born of man's hubris. Your existence ends here," the Spectre intoned. Doomsday let out a deafening roar and broke free from the chains with a surge of power. He lunged at the Spectre, his spiked fist tearing through the air. The blow connected, but it passed harmlessly through the Spectre's incorporeal form. The Spectre's glowing eyes narrowed. "You cannot harm what is beyond mortal comprehension," he said coldly. With a wave of his hand, the ground beneath Doomsday erupted in a torrent of spectral fire. The flames consumed the beast, but Doomsday's resilience held firm. He emerged from the inferno, his body adapting to the attack, his strength rising to new heights. But the Spectre anticipated this. "Your evolution is futile," he said. "For every strength you gain, I shall deliver a punishment beyond your ability to endure." The skies darkened as the Spectre raised both hands, channeling the full power of the presence. A storm of celestial energy descended upon the battlefield, each bolt of lightning infused with the essence of divine judgment. Doomsday's mighty form was struck again and again, his adaptive abilities pushed to their absolute limit. Still, the beast refused to fall. He lunged again, his rage unrelenting, his body now glowing with the chaotic energy he absorbed. But this time, the Spectre did not evade. Instead, he let Doomsday's fists collide with his chest, and when they did, they passed through him, into a void of infinite light. "This is your end, Doomsday," the Spectre declared, his voice now layered with the presence's authority. "You shall not be destroyed, for destruction is too lenient. Instead, you will be unmade." With those words, the Spectre unleashed the full might of his power. Reality itself bent around Doomsday, his monstrous form caught in the grip of the divine. The Spectre's hand extended, his fingers closing as if crushing a star. Doomsday's body convulsed, his every cell unraveling under the weight of divine judgment. For the first time, Doomsday's roar carried something alien, fear. He struggled, his adaptation faltering against the absolute force of the presence's will. Bit by bit, the creature that had defied gods and destroyed worlds began to dissolve. "You were created by mortals, a testament to their arrogance," the Spectre said, his voice calm but unyielding. "And now, You are undone by the divine. No more will you plague creation. With a final burst of light, Doomsday was gone. Not defeated, not destroyed, unmade, as if he had never existed. The desolate planet fell silent, the storm of judgment dissipating. The Spectre stood alone amidst the ruins, his task complete. He turned his gaze to the heavens. "It is done," he said. The presence's voice echoed within him. "Well done, my servant. Justice has prevailed." And with that, the Spectre vanished, leaving behind a lifeless world and a universe that would no longer tremble at the name of Doomsday. Judgment had been delivered, and the wrath of the divine had triumphed.